The Hollywood Reporter's Late Night Lately is a one-stop shop for all of the most memorable moments of late-night TV, coming to you each Saturday morning to ease you into your weekend. So fill up your coffee, set your DVR for the week and sit back. Below are a few of the week's best, funniest and strangest late-night moments you can't afford to miss. This week, Jimmy Kimmel left Kanye West somewhat speechless with a question about Trump, while James Corden revealed that the artist once cancelled a carpool karaoke segment so late in the game that it cost his show $45,000. Elsewhere, Full Frontal with Samantha Bee correspondent stalked Sean Spicer on his book tour, and Stephen Colbert gifted a newlywed couple with some swag for a surprising reason. Compiled by Jennifer Connerman, Kanye West talked his support of President Trump, mental health and his thoughts on wife Kim Kardashian West getting political, among other things during his visit on Thursday, but Jimmy Kimmel stumped the icon with one question. West defended his support for Trump by explaining that he doesn't care what people think about his actions. Just as a musician, African-American, everyone around me tried to pick my candidate for me and then told me that I couldn't say that I like Trump, he said. The rapper explained that there's this idea out there that blacks can only be Democrats, and he added that as a result of his hospitalization in 2016 he lost his confidence, and it took him a year and a half to say what he truly felt. If I'm afraid to be me, then I'm not, that's what makes me, I enjoy when people are mad at me about certain things. Kimmel pushed back about Trump, citing the ongoing impact of his administration's zero-tolerance policy at the border, then asked a question that left West silent. You so famously and so powerfully said George Bush doesn't care about black people. It makes me wonder, what makes you think that Donald Trump does, or any people at all? While West thought about it, Kimmel went to commercial break. Elsewhere in Late Night this week, James Corden told Kris Jenner that Kanye once cancelled a carpool karaoke segment, costing his show $45,000. Samantha Bee's Full Frontal correspondents crashed Sean Spicer's book signing to catch up with Trump's former press secretary. The revolving door for Trump administration staffers has been spinning faster than the president trying to get a glimpse of his butt in a mirror, said Bee to open the segment. He's one of many who, while working in government, did terrible things but now want to cash in, so we thought we'd join him on the first leg of his book tour starting in New York. The scene was electric. A bunch of empty chairs were in attendance during a queue. I'm just wondering how you feel about that, Spicer responded. I wouldn't know, ma'am. Correspondents Michael Rubens and Ashley Nicole Black then headed to a promotional event in Rhode Island. Sean, any advice for the young people who want to make a profit from corroding the truth? Rubens asked. When Black went up to Spicer to get her copy of the book signed, she asked, is it weird now to watch Sarah Huckabee Sanders do the press conferences? Do you feel like, a little, oh man, I wish I was up there tricking the press? Spicer responded, no. Before the two took an awkward photo. The correspondents also crashed an event at a Rhode Island country club later that day. Unable to get answers from Spicer in their past disguises, the correspondents showed up to the last event dressed as a unicorn and Trump riding on a unicorn. As the correspondents made their way to the entrance, they were stopped by a police officer. Is it a dress code thing? I have a tie, said Rubens. They were kicked out before they made it through the door. Stephen Colbert took a moment to give a milk update on Wednesday's episode of The Late Show. A few weeks ago, I told you that the Trump administration is planning to crack down on the use of the term milk for non-dairy products, said Colbert. And when I told you about this, I made a promise, he said before sharing a clip in which he challenged anyone to seamlessly incorporate the phrase, an almond is unlactate, into their wedding vows. The phrase comes from FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb's explanation of the difference between dairy and non-dairy products. Colbert said that the first person to do it and to send video evidence will win a t-shirt. It's basically the same reward you get from America's Funniest Home Videos, but I don't make you hit yourself in the balls with a rake, said Colbert. I don't discourage it. I just don't demand it, Colbert continued. Well, somebody really wanted a t-shirt evidently, because a few days after that offer, viewer Paul Glassman added this to his sacred vows of matrimony. The host shared a clip from the ceremony in which the groom said, "I vow to not blast the air conditioning in the truck during the wintertime. I vow to never make fun of you for being lactose intolerant. Always remember that an almond can't lactate. I'm touched." "Yes, Paul, you did it," said Colbert. "I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you. And I'm surprised your wife said, I do. This was your wedding and you dropped a reference to my show in there because I promised you a t-shirt. What do I have to do to get you to name your firstborn after me? Throw in a free keychain." On Wednesday's Jimmy Kimmel Live, former Oscars host Jimmy Kimmel discussed the awards show's recently announced changes. They're making big changes to the Oscars. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is cutting the length of the Oscars telecast drastically to 3 hours long, which, according to most everyone on Twitter, is still 2 hours too long, but it's a start. Kimmel explained that the Academy's plan is to give out the awards for less popular categories during commercial breaks. "Sorry, best live action short. You had a good run and it's over," the host joked. "And the really big news is there's a new category at the Oscars, Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film," he said. "I guess someone over there had an idea. They said, what if we honored some movies that people have actually seen? One day we may very well hear the words, and the Oscar goes to the Fast and Furious 18. Never stop fasting, never stop furiousing. It's really kind of interesting. Apparently I did such a good job of hosting the Oscars this year, they've decided to change everything about them," he joked. John Oliver took a jab at HBO's new owners on Sunday's Last Week Tonight. The host opened up by addressing the criminal trial of Paul Manafort, President Trump's former campaign manager, and then segueing into a critique of the criminal justice system. He delved into how prosecutors are ultimately the ones who decide if a case gets prosecuted, and of those, nearly 95% result in the defendant pleading guilty, avoiding trial. He cut to a 2004 Frontline clip where a judge claimed that if every case went to trial, the system would entirely collapse. "Exactly. It's an inadequate system that only functions if people constantly give up," Oliver said. "It's built on the exact same model as at John Stankey, the longtime at Tuesday, August 14th Daily Show, Omarosa Manigault Newman discusses her new Trump tell-all book Unhinged on the same day it hits bookstores. Wednesday, August 15th Jimmy Kimmel Live, Tom Arnold updates his progress on his hunt for the Trump tapes. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Emmy hosts Michael Che and Colin Yost visit with fellow SNL alum Fallon ahead of their hosting duties on Sept. 17. The Late Late Show with James Corden, Ariana Grande's Carpool Karaoke airs days after she said she injured her hand while filming with Corden. Thursday, August 16th Late Night with Seth Meyers. The Simpsons creator Matt Groening makes a rare late-night TV appearance amid the ongoing debate about the controversial character Apu.